Let's have a look at the Chief Eagles starting lineups. First of all, for the Suns, Tom Chambers on the injured list. Richard Dumas, their outstanding rookie, is back, but Paul Westphal hopes not to play him tonight. And for the Bulls, Cartwright will not play tonight. He is not dressed. He has a calf injury.
Well, that's what Will Perdue against Mark West. Will Perdue with good mobility. I do not think that will hurt him tonight, speaking of the Bulls. And a matchup we want to talk about, B.J. Armstrong must do a very good job against Kevin Johnson's creative ability of penetrating drives, because once he gets inside the defense, he creates either easy scores or three-point shot opportunities for Marley and Ainge.
And the head coach of the Phoenix Suns in his first year, Paul Westphal. He was an assistant under Cotton Fitzsimmons, and head coach of the Chicago Bulls is Phil Jackson. Our officials tonight, Joe Crawford, Ron Garrettson, and Joe DeRosa. Sellout crowd, Chicago Stadium. Some people think these two teams may be the teams who meet in the NBA Finals. But as Paul Westphal and as Charles Barkley said before the game to me, you know, we haven't even got through our conference finals yet. But nevertheless, a lot of people are interested in seeing these two teams meet up. Back in November, the Bulls won 128-111 out in Phoenix, but the team was just getting organized out in Phoenix, and it's another kind of team here tonight that Doug, as we pointed out early, a couple of key injuries, and that is two players up front for the Phoenix Suns as Charles Barkley scores early.
They will miss Chambers' size because Phoenix is not a big team. He gives them a matchup. They can go out on the floor against the center and shoot some perimeter shots, so they will miss Chambers and the athleticism of Dumas.
Dumas is back from an ankle sprain, but Westphal hopes not to play him. Down inside, Grant's hook shot doesn't fall. Barkley with a rebound.
Well, you see Charles Barkley that time with the big rebound. He made a great play on the offensive end. The ball was loose. He just dug it out and got the layup.
Will Perdue stepping up in front of KJ, and Barkley saves it. 10 to shoot for the Suns.
Sabalas has B.J. Armstrong posted. Now, Sabalas is their second-best offensive rebounder behind Barkley, so the Bulls must recognize that and keep him off the glass.
Michael Jordan driving past Marley, dishing to B.J. Armstrong. Tipped back up, but rolling out of there, Horace Grant missed it. Horace Grant, one of the best offensive rebounders in the league. Kevin Johnson had a 2-game suspension for the fall-to-all with the New York Knicks. Nice bounce pass inside.
Well, the Phoenix has to love this start. They've gotten 3 great shots. A Barkley layup, a screen roll by Mark West, and a tip-in by Sabalos. Phil Jackson wants to talk about it. I do not think he's happy at this point in time with the defensive concentration of the Chicago Bulls. Here's what Sabalos gives him. He has a mismatch, but watch how quick he is off his feet. He's very, very good around the baseline in the basket. Bobby's a terrific terrific slasher around the basket. He shoots a very high percentage because he gets easy baskets.
Look at Charles Barkley, who's an MVP candidate. Cedric Sabalos, you look at this numbers from his last 13 games as a starter. Just the other night, Sabalos had 26 points, 15 rebounds, 2 block shots. The Bulls have not scored yet. 0-4-3. Scottie Pippen down low. That's West in the air. Foul is going to be against Phoenix.
It's going to be a one-shot foul. Looks like Scottie was trying to get into the act of shooting, but they fouled him on the floor, so Bulls will inbound and get a new shot clock.
Dan Marley picks up the personal for the Suns.
See, Marley cannot get in foul trouble. He does not need to get fouls with other people. He's going to have his hands full with Michael Jordan.
Pippen. Beautiful move inside around Sabalos. And the Bulls get their first basket, and it took them almost 2 minutes. It's 6-2 Suns.
The critics will talk to you about Phoenix's interior defense. You saw how easy it was for Pippen. Really no challenge on the shot.
Barkley for 3. Charles Barkley can hammer home the threes, although he's shooting just under 30% there. That's his 192nd three-point attempt.
Charles is very focused at this point in time. You can see he's mentally into this game. Many instances he will start out and be distracted. Tonight he is focused. As he ran by us, he said, I'm going to have some fun tonight. And you can see, Bob, his concentration is on this game tonight.
Speaking of three-point shooting, the Suns are excellent. Ainge first in made shots, Marley first in attempts. They lead the league in field goals made, 326. Here's B.J. Armstrong from 20 feet.
I think the one thing that the Suns have to be very careful about is that they don't fall in love with that three-point shot and crank up too many of them in a game like this. They want to make sure that they attack inside. The three-point shot will be there.
There's Barkley against Grant. There's the double team. Ceballos bounces to West. Nice block from behind Michael Jordan, but the foul.
All right, now, Bob, this is what we talked about in our openings. All right, the ball goes in the post, but Barkley is that deep. The Bulls are going to run Will Perdue, and right there you see. Now, who's going to pick up Mark West? He's the guy that's going to have some opportunities. Michael gets there late, but that's what we talked about, the importance of rotating to Mark West. On the season, he's only averaging 5 points a ball game. He already has a dunk, has an opportunity now for 2 free throws.
He's an Iron Man, second to only A.C. Green with Los Angeles Lakers. And he's playing with a sore back. It'll spasm on him occasionally and sometimes really stiffen up. You have to watch that as the game goes, and they are weak at the center position.
I think he's very important in their championship hopes because you've got to have a threat of being able to throw the ball inside, and Mark West has got to be able to give them that.
Michael Jordan has not yet attempted a shot for the Bulls. Now he's attempted it. Perdue with a rebound. Barkley with a steal. Marley. Thunder Dan. I think the jam.
I really believe that Phoenix runs better than any team in the league. And you can see that they are ready for this ball game tonight. You know, talk about competitive instincts. Well, you see them right now at their best.
13-4 Suns. Jordan, this is Grant rebounds. Wave off the basket. Had a foul before the putback. It's on West, his first.
It's a good foul, though. You do not want to give Horace Grant the easy bucket.
13-4 Phoenix. The Bulls got 43 points against Phoenix in the first quarter when the two teams met the first time in Phoenix back in November. Jordan open for the jumper from 19. Buries this one. Michael's first field goal of the night. He is 1 for 3, and Stacey King is going to get into this game for the Chicago Bulls.
Now, see, Stacey's a little bit more of an offensive threat in the first ball game between these two teams. He got off 13 shots in only 22 minutes.
Jordan isolated against Barkley, isolated against Grant. Nice pass inside. Ceballos misses. West rebound.
See, that's a guy who's a real key. I know I've talked about this about 3 times.
How about the steal and the putback? Phoenix is ready to play in this game tonight. And Pippen with a real hard shove there in the face of Cedric Ceballos. That was a frustration foul.
Personal foul 33, Scottie Pippen.
This steal happened so quickly, I didn't even see it. There's Ceballos. You see him take away the quick pass from Scottie Pippen. Scottie felt like he hit him on the arm. So the reaction coming back was to shove off against Ceballos. Ceballos, 2 nice plays here against Scottie Pippen. He has been a little frustrated.
Join TNT for a special celebration. Oklahoma's turning 50, and it's Shirley Jones' birthday, too.
I'm not telling how old I am.
A TNT birthday double feature. Wednesday beginning at 8.
Friday, Clint and his pals try to swipe a Nazi fortune. Kelly's Heroes. Then Clint's back and Where Eagles Dare. TBS salutes Academy Award winner Clint Eastwood. Friday night beginning 8:05 Eastern on TBS.
Mount Kilimanjaro is 19,340 feet high. Kalihiwai Jungle has an average annual rainfall of 75 inches. Bryce Canyon is 998 feet deep. These are some of the specifications used to create Jeep Grand Cherokee.
The solid granite gray of Wall Street. The boundless blue of a Paris morning. The radiant reds of an Australian sunrise. In celebration of a new style of service at home and abroad, we now embrace the colors of the world as the new colors of United Airlines. Come fly the airline that's uniting the world. Come fly the friendly skies.
Phoenix is really trying to take away the quick advance of the Bulls up the floor. Sabalas in an denial situation. He has just stolen the inbounds pass. There's the push-off, and you see KJ up on B.J. Armstrong. So trying to take away the quick advance of the Bulls up the floor in their fast break.
West now against Stacey King. Jordan with a rebound.
Look for Michael to get excited right now. His team is down 17-6. Let's see if he goes on one of his patented spurts.
Sabalos trying to play, and here comes Johnson for the double team. B.J. Armstrong buries the three.
See, that's what happens. You make the commitment to get the ball out of his hand, and B.J. Armstrong is a terrific three-point shooter at 46% on the season.
17-9. Barkley isolated against Forrest Green. Let's look for the double team. Here it comes.
Stacey King again coming big.
7 seconds to shoot.
Barkley will shoot the shot.
3. Oh, Barkley buries it in the face of Stacey King.
That was terrific defense. I mean, the Bulls did everything they could do. A hand in the face, shot clock winding down.
10-point Phoenix lead. Charles told us before the game, I'm going to have some fun tonight. He's already had a lot of fun. 7 points worth. Jordan starting to heat up.
Michael's one of those guys, when he senses his team struggling, he will take over the game and get everybody involved either with the shot or score himself.
There's the downrange penetration, something the Bulls hope to avoid, but Armstrong got the quick release because of that. Pippen kicks out. Armstrong from the corner. Not this time. Great block out by Marley. Ahead to Sabalos. What a move, but the reverse doesn't go, and King gets the Bulls running the other way.
This is not a good tempo for Chicago, though. This is the way Phoenix wants to play.
Scottie Pippen pulls up and misses. Sabalos with a rebound. Here comes Kevin Johnson.
See, Phoenix is the #1 scoring team in the league, Bob. They'd like to get you in this kind of ball game.
Barkley fakes the three, drives the lane, dishes to Sabalos. Followed his own shot.
Sabalos is a snaky player around the basket. He gets on that baseline and he hides, and he's a slender guy that can take the ball to either side of the basket. That's 2 offensive rebounds for scores now and 2 layups.
He's only 6'6", only 210 pounds.
So Sabalos switched over now because Marley has a foul. They do not want him to pick up his second.
Pippen punched it away, gets it back from Stacey King. The fadeaway goes down, no whistle. On the run, the ball thrown away by Mark Weston. Trailing by 10.
The fans do not like it, but I really didn't see the foul there, Bob. It looked like Scottie Pippen lost his balance and was falling down and took the shot. I did not see the foul. Maybe we get a chance on our replay. Here goes Scottie Pippen inside. He creates the contact, and he falls back and loses balance. There's no foul there.
Oliver Miller into the ball game at 6'9", 290 pounds. The rookie out of Arkansas. Michael over Marley. Michael Jordan now with 6.
Oliver Miller, they have had him in a weight class where he just could not lose weight. They put him in Humana Hospital in Phoenix on a 24-hour program where he could only get out to go to practice or play, and he's lost almost 40 pounds.
They weighed him in at DePaul today at the shoot-around. They had a hard time finding the scale. Someone said maybe he got rid of all the scales. There's a former slam dunk champion.
Well, no blindfold there, so he could see.
Nah, he couldn't see. Cedric Sabalos with the jam. And early in this game, Sabalos with 8 points to lead all scorers.
You cannot leave Sabalos. He's a slashing, cutting player. You must make him shoot jump shots. Well, Michael Jordan's wide open.
For 3. Grant with a big tip-in. Horace Grant gets his first basket of the night. Suns by 8, 4:30 to go, first quarter.
Bulls are starting to get back in this game, though. They're starting to get involved.
Oliver Miller off balance over Stacey King.
Wow.
What talent.
He's got great hands for a big guy. Look how long his arms are. And, really, he's never been in shape. I think maybe his second year at Arkansas, but he's really never been in shape to play the game. Can you imagine what he's going to be like when he gets his weight under control?
B.J. Armstrong down to Stacey King against Miller.
Oliver, he likes to go left. You got to spin him back the other way.
Marley, he loves the three.
Golly, I mean, everybody involved. Wow. Phoenix is putting on a clinic here in this first quarter, Bob. This is as good as I've seen any team play in a short period of time.
Entertaining game. Suns 28, Bulls 15. Phoenix shooting 67%, 12 of 18.
Now see Barkley laying behind in the post. Horace can shoot over him.
There's that jump hook. Doesn't go in. He's had the opportunities. Hasn't been able to hit them except for the offensive putbacks.
They have numbers again.
Sabalos is fouled down on the baseline. by B.J. Armstrong. Let's check some scores from NBA action tonight. New York's lead over Sacramento. Of course, Chicago battling New York for the best record in the East. Orlando slobbering Detroit. And Miami out in front of Charlotte. Hornets are slumping.
We have Charlotte and Orlando on Thursday night. I'm heading to Orlando tomorrow, so that should be a good ball game. The first time we were down there, Lonzo Mourning had not yet signed his contract, so this time we'll have both young rookie centers going head-to-head with one another.
Let's see, who's that other center? Shaquille, someone?
Yeah, Shaquille.
Cedric Ceballos hits 1 out of 2. 29-15, Phoenix. 3:24 to go, first quarter. And on Friday night, we have more NBA, too. I'll be with Jimmy Brown in Boston. We'll follow Phoenix in there. Boston, hottest team in the league right now. B.J. Armstrong from the perimeter from Michael Jordan. And B.J. has 7 to lead Chicago's score.
Bob, the importance of having a shooter on the floor with Michael Jordan. The greatness of John Paxson spotting up in B.J. You must be able to make jump shots because of all the double teams. This is why Phoenix attack is so good with Marley and Ames on the double teams with Barkley. You've just got to play them out on the perimeter.
5 seconds to shoot.
Oh, boy. Charles got one in the face.
Leans in, hit the front edge. He got popped by Grant. Bulls on the run. B.J. Armstrong. It's a 10-point Suns lead.
Charles got caught holding the ball a little bit too long that time.
The new tough guy image of Kevin Johnson. Dishes to Charles. Pounds it inside. Foul hard from behind. They're throwing. A jump ball. No foul. Charles cannot believe it. Horace Grant blocks it from behind. It'll be a jump ball after the timeout.
Boy, Horace makes a terrific play. Barkley's quickness brings the ball right back into Horace Grant. Nice block.
Jeep Grand Cherokee. Here's the inside. Here's the outside. The bottom. The top. Here it is by itself. Here it is with its competition.
What's new at the Chrysler Corporation these days? See for yourself at Carson Dodge Chrysler Plymouth. The new Chrysler Concorde and Dodge Intrepid featuring cab-forward design, sleek without compromising roominess. It increases visibility and reduces wind noise, allowing you the pleasure of a quiet conversation. Safety is top priority. Dual airbags are standard. An integrated child seat is your option. Carson Dodge Chrysler Plymouth. You'll like our new car deals and love our 5-star service.
People are winning more cash than ever before every single day of the year at Reno's favorite, the Gold Dust West Casino and Motor Lodge. And it's absolutely free. The Gold Dust invites you to enter their free daily video poker tournament in the all-new Royal Tournament Room. Have fun jousting the Knights of the Round Table while competing daily for fabulous prizes. Every day someone wins $100 cash absolutely free. Don't miss your chance to win. Come and play today.
Gold Dust West. Reno's gold standard for fun. Gold Dust West.
This program is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the National Basketball Association solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
Bob, when you trap, screen, and roll, like the Bulls are doing right now with Kevin Johnson, this is the key guy, Scottie Pippen. He's going to pick up Barkley on the roll, okay? So as we start to roll this, all right, we hold it right there. Okay, here comes Scottie, right here. Here comes Ceballos in behind. This guy, Stacey King, must pick him up. He's the guy that's got to take the cutter. And he doesn't step in, and it's an easy score for Ceballos.
And the Phoenix Suns come away with the jump ball. Phoenix front court 24, Chicago's 4.
Oh, what a soft touch by Oliver Miller. Stacey King is playing behind him in the post. You better get around and respect Oliver Miller because this young man has got a soft touch in there for a big guy.
Everybody talking about Phoenix being weak up front. They're outscoring Chicago 26-4 now. Pippen, slow start, 2 points, no rebounds for Scottie early. 10 to shoot for Chicago. Here's Pippen. Jordan.
They want Michael to shoot that shot. That's the one they want to shoot, and they want to rebound the ball. They don't want to give a second shot.
Miller blocks Stacey King. That's Oliver Miller's second block since he entered the game. Kevin Johnson on the drive has fouled Oliver Miller with the 40 pounds. Prior to losing that, wouldn't be blocking those shots.
No, and you know what? He had leg problems and a stress fracture in his foot because he was carrying all the weight. Now, Bob, think about this, all right? The Phoenix Suns, as we watch the Miller block here, Stacey King, a nice offensive rebound, and then here's the block. But think about this now. The Phoenix Suns get Charles Barkley, and basically they give up a Hornacek, who they replaced with a Danny Ainge. Tim Perry was their starting small forward. They now have Dumas and Sabalas, and they lose Andrew Lang and get Oliver Miller. I mean, they have done a tremendous job. So when all the dust is cleared, they gave up really only Hornacek as a major nucleus of the team and filled in very nice. That was a terrific trade by Phoenix.
You bet it is. You saw B.J. Armstrong on the bench. He has 2 personal fouls, and John Paxson, recently off the injured list, is back in there.
I talked to Pax before the game, and he said, you know, Doug, it's so hard when you're out to get yourself back into shape. He said, then I got a virus. It seems like this year has been one thing after another for me.
Michael Jordan dumps it off inside to Horace Grant. Danny Ainge about to enter the game for Phoenix, and the Bulls are down 11 with 1:16 to go in this first quarter.
It's interesting to see what happens now as both teams start to go to the bench.
Kevin Johnson beats Paxson off the dribble for the lay-in.
I think he got away with one extra step there.
That's what John thought. And Phil Jackson's talking to the officials about it right now. 10 to shoot for Chicago. Stacey King open for the jumper from 18. Grant with another offensive board.
The Horace working hard on the glass.
Michael Jordan! That's a poster shot.
So much for jump shots. Michael said, I'm thinking about 5 jumpers here. I'm letting them play me very easy on the perimeter. I'm going to take it to the basket and challenge their front line.
Michael has 8. Oliver Miller inside. Power, and Oliver Miller impressive in this performance here tonight.
I'm sure these Chicago Bulls fans say, who is Oliver Miller? Where's this guy come from?
A lean, mean fighting machine.
Boy, his body looks good.
There's the double team. 20 seconds to go in the quarter.
See, Paxson just does not have his legs yet. They really miss him in the rhythm he brings in his shooting.
Inside the Pippen in the paint. Scotty continues to struggle. Run down by Horace Grant. 8 seconds in the quarter. 7. Do they know it? 5.
Michael does.
Oh, Michael Jordan with 2 seconds in the quarter. Long pass to the Suns. Marley has it blocked by Pippen. That's the end of the quarter. The Bulls down by 11. The Suns making a statement on Madison Street in Chicago. Chicago in Game 1 versus the Sun had 43. Tonight, 25.
If you served in the military, if you're a spouse who held down the home front, or if you have a special memory relating to a serviceman or woman, TNT wants you to share your war stories. This Memorial Day weekend, TNT will pay tribute to those who have served our country with a 50-hour movie salute. In addition, we will read on the air 50 stories written by you, our viewers. Send your story along with a picture to TNT's Memorial Day Weekend Salute, 1050 Techwood Drive, Atlanta, Georgia, 30318.
Lisa's great, but there's something about Sharon. Sharon's okay. Lisa, whew, what a knockout.
Why is the grass always greener on the other side?
You lucky dog. Lucky dog.
Why ask why? Try a less filling beer with a lot more taste. Bud Dry. It's one thing.
Nice.
That's beyond question.
Opening night. Sold-out performance. Brilliant cast. Strong plot. Treachery. Deceit. Murder. And all you can think about is the drive home. The new GS.
Brown. Got a phone call from Dockers. Saw you in a pair of wingtips, we said. You've got real potential. Flattered Brown threw in with us. And look at him now. From saddle brown to chestnut, Dark chocolate to sable, brown never looked better. It's true what they say. Nobody does brown like Dockers.
So the Phoenix Suns, 36-25, leading over the Chicago Bulls. Michael got them back late. This is something that brought the team back and the crowd to their feet, left-handed.
Well, he made two spectacular plays to end the quarter. The Bulls still down 11. A couple things stand out. Chicago, 10 offensive rebounds, but they only converted on 4 of them. But that's not a good sign for Phoenix. That means Chicago's very active on the boards. Second statistic, Phoenix only 1 turnover. In game 1, they turned it over 22 times. It led to 25 points. Now, Bob, both teams are going to the bench. McRae is in, Scott Williams is in, Paxson, Scottie Pippen, and Horace Grant. So 2 starters for Chicago. For Phoenix, you've got Ainge in the ball game now with Sabalas, Marley, Mark West, and Barkley. So 4 starters. So let's see now what the Bulls do with this unit with Michael Jordan resting.
Down by 11. John Paxson being defended by Danny Ainge.
I think they got to go inside. They got to get some scoring from Scottie and Horace with this group.
With 7 on the shot clock, Pippen from the perimeter with Sabalas.
The Bulls are still in very good shape, Bob. I mean, it's with all the emotion that's been played in this first quarter, they're really only down 9 points. So still plenty of time. They've got to get some defensive stops.
Grant punches it away from Charles Barkley. Barkley having some problems with Grant early in this ball game, but Charles does have 7 points.
They got 2 long-range bombers in the game now, so if you double team, beware of Ainge and Marley shooting the long one.
There's the double team. Stacey King with a nice defensive play. McRae to King. Pippen loses it out of bounds. Phoenix ball.
Now, the difference with that play is when the double team came, Stacey King rotated up and knocked the ball away from Sabalas. Remember the first play, Sabalas got a dunk on the rotation.
Marley being played by Rodney McRae. McRae looking as though he's getting in better and better shape as the season goes along. Sabalas. How long was he up there? Michael Jordan-esque.
See, Sabalas is the slasher. He's what Dumas does for them normally is Sabalas is giving. So they have not lost a beat with Sabalas as the starter.
Very similar players. Dumas, of course, is the rookie. And Rodney McRae sticks it from the perimeter. His first basket of the game. And the Bulls continue to trail by 9. 10:37 to go in the first half from Chicago Stadium. The best 2 teams in the NBA record-wise at this point in the season.
See, now if they leave Marley or Ainge, it's a 3-pointer.
Barkley, tough shot inside as he spins to the baseline around Horace Grant.
If they don't double, Barkley goes one-on-one. If they do double, you must stay with Marley and Ainge, and Sabalas becomes the cutter. So as a result, right now Phoenix is picking and choosing what they want to do based upon the defense that Chicago's playing.
Rodney McRae against Marley. Turn around, and McRae looking livelier, look as though his legs are fresher, and he's definitely in better physical condition than he was when he first joined the Chicago Bulls. And by the way, Doug, across the way we see Richard Dumas at the scorer's table. We did not expect him to get into the game, as Paul Westphal said he hoped not to use the rookie, who's coming off a severely sprained ankle. Bulls on the run, Grant and Pippen. Danny Ainge was there. Pippen follows.
It's going to be a loose ball foul on Danny Ainge.
Yep.
Loose ball. See, now the reason I think Dumas is coming into the game is because Phoenix has gotten off to a pretty good start here. They're up 9. Maybe Paul Westphal feels he can give Dumas a few minutes here to see how he's going to react to that ankle injury. I don't think he's going to play many minutes. I think he's just giving him a little taste right now while they have a 9-point lead.
This rookie, by the way, is the 2nd leading scorer on this team, averaging 17.5 points per game. Richard Dumas, who is the rookie out of Oklahoma State.
Look what he's shooting, 54% from the field.
Another quick foul on Ainge as Pippen drove around him quickly. This is a nightmare for Danny trying to guard somebody like Pippen, and he has 2 personals.
Let's see what they're going to do is they'll run Scottie in the post. Now Ainge with 2 quick fouls. He gets the next one, and you take away his shooting on the floor. So they're going right back into the post. Look for them to double team and help get the ball out of his hand.
There's the double team.
He's sort of helping.
He's not going to take it out of his hands, though. Pippen misses. Good defense by Ainge that time. Rebound Oliver Miller.
Scottie looks like he's leaning in too much on his shot rather than going up straight. Looks like he's leaning in and trying to draw his foul. I don't think he's getting his legs underneath him.
2 for 8.
Yeah, he's not been comfortable. All the shots have been off balance, Bob.
10 to shoot for the Suns. Bad pass from Miller. He tried to hit Ainge. Pippen stepped into the passing lane all the way, and the foul on Miller as Pippen takes it to the hoop.
I think that's a good foul, and I tell you why. Because Scottie Pippen is 2 for 8. He's working hard to score. You take away a dunk that excites the crowd, and Scottie Pippen is not shooting well from the free throw line on the season. He's only shooting 67%. But Scottie plays the lane well. He likes to extend with that big, long, looping drive, and Miller fouls him, and he misses the free throw. You give a guy a dunk, the crowd gets excited, and now maybe he starts making some of those shots. So that's a very good foul.
Chicago's first free throws tonight. Chicago shooting less free throws, making less free throws than their opponents on the season, which is an interesting stat. Phoenix has led in this game by as many as 4. Pippen misses them both. By as many as 14 as Pippen misses them both. Bulls continue to trail by 9. 8:50 to go in the first half.
Why you don't give up layups in the playoffs. Right there you saw it. You got to make teams make them from the free throw line. No dunks.
Paxson chasing Ainge.
How about this off touch on this guy?
West ripping the rebound down, then blocked by Stacey King. Jump ball.
Interesting lineup by Phoenix. I don't know if I've seen them this year play West and Miller together. I guess they feel they can get away with it with Stacey King and Scott Williams, not a real mobile front line. So they really are bigger than Chicago on the front line with West and Oliver Miller. Oh, nice play.
McRae gets the rebound from Miller's miss. Chicago still within 9. Cut it to 7 or better here. Paxson off the screen. He usually drains this one.
Boy, that's a welcome sight for Chicago fans. John Paxson drilling the outside jump shot.
Stacey King with the foul on Kevin Johnson. Or, excuse me, Scott Williams, who's into the ball game. It's Williams, King, Pippen, McRae, and Paxson.
See the Bulls now down only 7. Paxson has come in, hit a big jumper. Rodney McRae has hit 2 field goals, so they've got nice bench production to try to creep back into this game.
Ainge wanted the 3, but Pippen's in his face. 10 to shoot. Kevin Johnson ran flat into Scott Williams. They're saying it's Phoenix ball. Technical foul.
Scott Williams very upset, reacting to the call. Michael Jordan trying to calm Scott Williams down. Scott's a very emotional player. Joey Crawford teed him up. Let's see what he was upset about. Here's the play. It went right off Scott Williams' foot. I don't know what. I think maybe he thought he should have had an offensive foul on Kevin Johnson.
Correct.
But then what he did was he reacted on the floor, sort of swung his arm at the official, and Joey Crawford gave him the technical foul.
We got an emotional official, an emotional player, and unfortunately the player can't call the technical on the official.
Yeah, Joey had an emotional night the other night in the Cleveland-New York game. Guys getting ejected and technicals and all, so...
Yep. Kevin Johnson bumps off Paxson, dishes to Miller.
Boy, when you penetrate like that, the whole defense collapses. That's why Kevin Johnson is so important to this team. They won a lot of games without him, but they need that penetration.
McRae from the corner. Rodney McRae looking lively tonight. Rodney has 6 points, and he is 3 for 3 as Michael Jordan is back into the game. It is some pressure now coming from Chicago. Over and back. It'll be Bulls. They're down 8 and making a run.
See, Chicago, that's the first time they've really extended their defense, and they forced a turnover. This is one thing that Phoenix has to be very careful. Chicago thrives off the three-quarter to full-court pressure defense where they can create some turnovers and get some easy baskets.
7:24 to go in the first half. Paxson and Jordan. Rodney McRae against Ainge. Another mismatch for Danny. He kicks it to Paxson, down to Scott Williams. Look at the ball movement. Ends up in the hands of McRae, who's feeling it tonight. Not this time.
But you know what? I'm sure the Bulls are excited. He's looking for his offense, something he has not done all season.
Ainge saved the loose ball, but he gave it to Chicago. Paxson to Jordan. To Scott Williams. 6-point Suns lead.
Well, the Bulls have gone to their bench, and they have gotten better production.
Ainge for 3. Marley rebound. West rebound. Loose ball on West. That's his second. score. 6:34 to go in the half. The Bulls making a run.
Drive to work. Drink bad coffee. Sit in dull meeting. Sit in really dull meeting. Skip lunch. Handle new crisis. Postpone vacation plans. Drive home. Not a bad day. The new GS.
Hi, I'm Randy Russell, owner of the Oak Furniture Outlet, Reno Sparks' original total discount Oak Furniture store. After you shop the high-priced furniture stores, come see just how much money you'll save here on Keystone at the Oak Furniture Outlet. You'll find everyday incredible low prices on brand-name oak furniture for the bedroom, a huge selection of quality oak office furnishings, and an outstanding choice of oak bookcases, assembled with no particle board.
The original Oak Furniture Outlet, located only in the Keystone Square Shopping Center next to Albertsons on Keystone Avenue, just off I-80.
At Sierra Pacific, serving you is our top priority.
During a family emergency or other financial crisis, the people at Sierra Pacific Power Company will work with you on utility costs. Often we can arrange special bill payment assistance, or we'll put you in touch with local community agencies that can help. If you or someone you know needs special utility bill payment assistance, please call us.
We are your energy people.
Charles Barkley went out with Phoenix up 40-31. It's been out 3 minutes, and Chicago's outscored the Suns 6-3. It's 43-37. We've got more NBA action coming your way this week. Hornets and Magic. Two young centers. Alonzo Mourning, Shaquille O'Neal Thursday at 8. Ron Thulin will join Doug Collins down there in Orlando. And then Friday, Hubie will join me in Boston for the Phoenix Suns. And the Boston Celtics. Celtics currently have won 8 games in a row, and they're playing very well. And Charles is back.
Bob, in a game like this, there's a lot of emotion. Phoenix came out with the most emotion. Chicago has ridden through the storm. Now the game gets down to execution. So the emotion now is sort of out of it. Now who's going to execute the rest of the way?
Horace Grant back in also for Chicago. Michael Jordan off the screen. Good pass to Scott Williams. Michael has 12. Suns by 4. They had led by 14 points in the first quarter. Rodney McRae. Almost stolen, and finally it is stolen by Paxson. Jordan caused that play to happen.
Well, you see Chicago really aggressive now defensively.
Paxson sees a line down the middle. For John Paxson, they're on their feet at Chicago Stadium.
There'll be a 20-second timeout.
Chicago on an 8-0 run. Chicago with 4 points from Paxson, 2 from Williams, 6 from McRae. The bench giving them some life here.
You just cannot turn the ball over against Chicago. Now, John Paxson's going to surprise him. As he comes up, it looks like he's going to pull up for the 3. You see him, a little hesitation. Oliver Miller gets switched off to him, and there is John Paxson. Something you don't normally see is Paxson driving to the basket, but John does shoot the ball very well with his left hand. Phoenix now 5 turnovers in the last 4 minutes and 40 seconds after only 1 in the entire first period.
Bulls on the 8-0 run. At the conclusion of tonight's game, Doug Collins and I will be selecting the Budweiser player of the game. The Suns' 14-point lead has been whittled to 2 points with 5:41 to go in the first half. Full court pressure now, and the Bulls relaxing.
Let's see if Kevin Johnson tries to penetrate against John Paxson.
Ceballos, Marley, Barkley, Oliver Miller, and Kevin Johnson on the floor for Phoenix. Nice pass. It's John Paxson committing the foul, his first.
Nice little guard. This little guard around play. Kevin Johnson hits Barkley. You see him go around. Paxson is trailing. Beautiful bounce pass. Kevin Johnson cocks his back to throw it down, and Paxson gets him on the head.
Kevin, an 82% free throw shooter, averaging 15 points and 7.5 assists per game.
Of all the guys who've had to make adjustments based upon the Phoenix team, it's Kevin Johnson. He realized that Charles Barkley is the star. His points are down. His assists are down. But his defense is better. And because of that, they are now a legitimate threat because he can get out there and pressure the basketball. But he really has been the one to make the adjustments to this team.
Suns by 4. 5:19 to go. First half. Marley on Jordan. Bailey.
Well, how frustrating it would be to play against that. I wouldn't want to have to guard him.
Jordan was 0 for 3, 1 for 3, and has now hit his last 4 shots. Has 14 points. Just under 5 minutes to go in the half.
And there's that penetration. Paxson can't handle the speed. Someone's got to show up on that screen a little bit sooner. Kevin Johnson's turned the corner twice now. One on the give-and-go bounce pass, that time with a nice left-handed drive.
I get some moves here for Chicago. Charles Barkley with the steal. Stacey King with the foul. B.J. Armstrong and Scottie Pippen are going to come back into the game. Rodney McRae, they're going to call for the foul.
That's a good foul, though. Barkley had a breakaway dunk, so the smart thing is to reach out and get it.
Kind of an opportunity for Rodney McRae to go to the bench now as John Paxson sits down. So it's Armstrong on the floor with Michael Jordan, Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen, and Scott Williams.
Paxson had 2 steals, and he and McRae had 10 points. So it was nice production in the period of time they were on the floor.
Sabalos showing some quickness off balance, however.
That's a tough shot by Sabalos. Degree of difficulty 10.
He thought he had beaten Pippen. Pippen says, want to see fast?
Got to stop the basketball. Coaches talk about it at every level. You must stop the basketball.
Here's that tenacious Chicago defense. Barkley. Tough shot for Charles. He has 11.
You know, the interesting thing, though, he felt Michael Jordan coming over to block that shot, and he arched it higher off the glass. That's the sense of a great player of knowing his opponent.
Sabalos reached in, jerked the ball loose from Jordan, but will be called.
I think they're going to call Marley with the Marley first. Now, that's a big one. That's 2. So, Marley has got to be the guy. Check this out, Bob. Here's where they're going to call it with the push. Sabalos actually got it clean. So now Marley with 2 fouls.
Jordan with 15 points. Leading the league in scoring at 32.5 per game, despite the onslaught from Dominique Wilkins, who scored 48 for Atlanta last night.
Now, question is, Marley's out of the ball game, 3:46 to go. Michael is rested. Ainge is in the ball game. Will Ainge play Michael, or will Sabalos? And will they be able to get through this period of time with Marley being able to rest the last 3:46 and not pick up his 3rd foul? So let's keep the score here. Sun +3. Marley sits down.
3:33 to go in the half. Looking for Oliver Miller against Scott Williams.
Oh, boy, that's easy. He didn't get it to go, but that was a real easy move in the lane.
Grant with the rebound, Pippen on the run. Of course, Grant already with 9 rebounds. Bad pass from Pippen. Scott Williams didn't have a chance on that. Ainge down inside to Sabalos, knocked out by Jordan. 18 on the shot clock. Will Perdue coming back into the game for Scott Williams for the Chicago Bulls. Perdue started very slowly, and Phil Jackson made a quick change at center.
Now, Mark West had his way with Will Perdue in the first few minutes. He's now on Oliver Miller. There's a shot that Sabalos has to hit. Normally not a good outside shooter.
Sabalos has 13 points. He leads all Phoenix scorers. 51-46 Suns, 3 minutes to go, first half.
Well, see, Ainge cannot play Michael Jordan, so this is a mismatch for Chicago.
To Pippen from Michael Jordan. Barkley. Tipped away by Pippen. And Barkley hammers Michael into the scorer's table. Jordan is all right. The 2 dream teamers.
See, Michael just smiled. Charles didn't do anything on purpose. He gets run down from behind. He does not see Pippen coming down from behind. Great hustle, and Charles's instinct is to try to get the ball back. Michael gets it, and when you're 250 pounds, you're not going to stop on a dime. Michael just with a little smile. Charles helps him up.
51-46 Phoenix, 2:46 to go in the first half. Timeout on the floor. Barkley 11 points, Jordan 15.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by Lexus Luxury Automobiles. And by Levi's Dockers. Nobody does color like Dockers.
Hey, kid, what's wrong with this picture?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to NBA Inside Stuff. I'm your host, Philando Blackman.
Has this New York Knick replaced Ahmad Rashad? Will Ahmad be left holding Rolando's fan mail? Also, teammate Charles Oakley can clean the glass, and he can clean cars. Drive on up to Oakley's Washout, where this owner takes a hands-on interest in his business. Not your normal features, not your normal announcers, not your normal sports show. But then again, who wants normal? NBA Inside Stuff, Saturday morning. Check local listings.
Flying the red-eye. Lousy movie. Rough landing. Lost luggage. Long walk to airport parking. On-ramp to highway. Suddenly, traveling's not so bad. The new GS.
Had an image problem. Everybody thought he was a one-trick pony. So he joined Dockers. And we gave Black his own variety show. Ink black, ebony black, coal black, black for day, black for night. Black was amazed. Said this isn't just a miracle, it's black magic. Nobody does black like Dockers.
Interesting matchup with the Phoenix Suns and the Chicago Bulls. It's 51-46, Suns leading right now, 2:46 to go in the half, and you can't tell me that these two teams aren't sparring a bit, thinking about maybe meeting each other later this summer.
Well, that's why I said, Bob, it's good coaching rhetoric that it's 1-82 and it's just another game, and we only see each other twice a year and all, but these are players with tremendous egos and great pride. And Phoenix wanted to come in here and play well, and Chicago wanted to be able to win to stay ahead of New York. So a lot of things riding in this game.
Kevin Johnson goes down, loses the ball. Michael Jordan ran into him, but the official does not call anything, and it'll be Chicago ball trailing by 3. Paul Westphal mildly irritated.
Normally you don't see any reaction from Paul Westphal. He's one of the most composed coaches in the league. Here's the matchup, the little post-up by Michael Jordan. That's really where he hurts you, Bob, because he's in the mid-range post. You don't know whether to double him or let him play one-on-one.
Michael has 19. He's hit his last 5 shots. Bulls within 1. Ainge, pull up for 3.
Quick release. Danny Ainge looking right in Michael Jordan's eye when he let that one go.
2 minutes to go. Team fouls, 3 for the Bulls, and the Suns are over the limit.
2 minutes to play in the first half.
Pippen against Ceballos.
He's struggling. He's been short on every shot. Yeah, short on every little jump. It looks like he's pulling the string.
3 for 11 in this first half.
There's the double team. They're going to take it out of his hands.
And Michael passed it right into the hands of Kevin Johnson to Ceballos.
B.J. Armstrong should have given a foul there. They only have 3 team fouls. He should have taken a foul. It was a 4-on-1 break, allowed Ceballos to lay up. That's when you got to know situations.
Suns by 6. Jordan drains the pull-up over Ainge. Michael has 21 in the first half. Barkley 11 on him. Ceballos comes back and stings him again. Cedric has 17.
Boy, Cedric has really taken advantage of Pippen in the open court. Scotty had his back turned, not getting back quickly enough.
Will Purdue from 13 feet. The follow-up by Pippen, and he has 8 points. Under a minute to play, first half. Bulls have a foul to give. Good play by Scotty Pippen.
Ceballos, everything falling. Are you kidding me?
He has, my goodness, 9 for 14 tonight, and he's thrown up some shots from Mars. Jordan answers from the corner. That's a 2.
You tell me that Michael Jordan has not worked and worked to become a great shooter.
He has hit his last 7 shots. Barkley for 3. He buries in a big shot from Charles.
about, you know, when you get a game like this, you wonder if it's going to be as good as it's supposed to be. This is a great game. I mean, both teams making big plays, big shots. The stars stepping forward.
And Pippen takes it all the way to the hoop. It is a 5-point Suns lead. Phoenix has 5 3-pointers here in the first half. 5 seconds to go in the half.
It's a good foul, though. They had one away.
Yes. 3.5 seconds for the inbound play. Coming up at halftime, Ernie Johnson in our studios in Atlanta. Action featuring Pistons, Magic, Heat, Hornets games. Doug and I will take an in-depth look at tonight's first half. We will have some things to talk about there. Some surprising stories like Oliver Miller stepping in there. Certainly 19 from Ceballos in the first half is a surprising story. And Trent Tucker, who's just been activated.
That's to go small, match up with their smaller people.
Trent Tucker had been out with tendonitis in his knees, wearing a brace on the left side.
See if they can free KJ for a quick jumper off a Barkley screen.
Haynes lobs it inside.
Who is guarding this man tonight?
Nobody. Ceballos now with 21 first-half points. Michael Jordan has 23. Grant almost drained that. Well, 65 points at this rate. We're going to have a high-scoring ball game. At halftime, the Suns lead it 65-58. The Phoenix Suns had led by as many as 14 points in the first quarter of this ball game. The Bulls battled right back into it, and now Phoenix at halftime leads 65-58, a lead of 7 points. Michael Jordan started slowly, went 0 for 3. They were trying to limit him to the perimeter. At one point, you could just tell when Air Jordan uncranked the turbocharger as he drove down the lane, jammed it home with his left hand, finishes with a mere 23 at halftime. And, of course, his shooting percentages are pretty good. He's 10 of 15, made his last 7 shots.
I think also, too, when you look at it, he only shot 3 free throws. So if you can make Michael take 15 shots and keep him off the line, you have to like your chances a little bit, although Michael is capable of throwing up a 50-point night. As we know, Suns shooting 61%. The Bulls also very well at 52. The Suns, you expect is +6 on the fast break.
Both teams have 8 turnovers. Kevin Johnson keeping things in control tonight. 7 points to go with 9 assists, only 1 turnover from Kevin Johnson. So this is an interesting matchup. You've got the Eastern Chicago Bulls, and you've got the Western, more finesse-oriented Phoenix Suns. However, up front tonight, the Phoenix Suns are outscoring the Bulls.
Well, I think one of the real keys in the third quarter and second half is going to be, will Scottie Pippen shut down Cedric Ceballos? I mean, Ceballos in the first half had 21 points, 10 for 15, played very well, got out and ran the break and got some easy scores. Scottie Pippen is going to have to concentrate on him and limit his numbers. I mean, Charles Barkley had 14 points in the first half and shot the ball well, 6 of 9. But Ceballos is the key. You've got to do a good job on him. And Scottie Pippen is an all-league defender.
And we'll remind you that Bill Cartwright is not dressed for Chicago tonight. He injured his calf. He is not on the injured list, but is not dressed tonight. And Tom Chambers has been put on the injured list for Phoenix. Paul Westphal, as you look at Bill Cartwright, Paul Westphal feels that Tom Chambers is really questionable about whether or not he'll get back for the playoffs. He has a torn quadricep muscle. And he told me today, he says, you know, he's supposed to be out 4 or 5 weeks. And then what kind of shape will an aging power forward center be? So they really miss him because he plays a lot at center for the Phoenix Suns. Michael Jordan with 23 first half points. Make it 25.
You know, I marvel at how Michael has made him such a great shooter, make himself such a great shooter. I mean, you cannot play him now. Used to be make him take some more shots. Now he shoots a tremendously high percentage.
Kevin Johnson from 17 rims out of there. Horace Grant with the rebound. He has 11 boards tonight. Pippen traveled. He looked for Purdue, then decided to take it down the lane and traveled. It'll be Phoenix ball, and the Suns lead it by 5. Let's reset those lineups for you. Kevin Johnson, Mark West, Dan Marley, Charles Barkley, and Cedric Ceballos on the floor for the Phoenix Suns. Armstrong and Jordan are the guards for Chicago. 9 seconds to shoot. Now 7. Sabalos from long range. Purdue with a rebound. Armstrong misses the three. Marley out to Kevin Johnson. Sabalos, big time jam.
Boy, Cedric Sabalos outrunning the lane. You know, he was nowhere in sight. Barkley was on the right lane. KJ slowed down, and Sabalos just sped into the frame and got the dunk.
The Bulls were somewhat casual getting back.
Their transition defense in that sequence was not good.
B.J. Armstrong from the corner. Mark West with a rebound. 7-point Phoenix lead. Kevin Johnson out of control that time. Michael Jordan 3-on-1. Armstrong, the reverse from Michael Jordan.
Just can't turn the ball over against Chicago. Normally when you turn it over, they're going to react and get out and run. Michael and Scotty so good. B.J. really improving on the fast break.
Phoenix with 52 wins on the season. Chicago with 48. Bulls have won 6 in a row. Phoenix 4 in a row. Behind the back, out of bounds, Barkley making mistakes. Here's the former NBA slam dunk champion.
You see him run the left, and Scottie Pippen comes in behind Kevin Johnson and does not get to Sabalos. And again, I've talked about it. You must make Sabalos make some open jump shots. You cannot just continue to let him dunk the basketball.
10 to shoot for Chicago. Pippen.
Scottie got away with a little shuffling in his feet there, but that was a big basket for him. He's now 6 for 14 on the night after a 3 for 11 start.
Suns by 3. There's the big trap.
Notice the Bulls defense a little bit more aggressive now.
10 to shoot. West allows Purdue. Does the left-hand hook. Stripped away by Michael Jordan. Purdue with a rebound. 4-on-3. From 15. Michael Jordan has 27. It's a 1-point Suns lead.
Now we'll see the composure of the Phoenix Suns. You're on the road. The crowd is into the game. The Bulls' defense is better. Can they come down in the half court and execute and get the good shot?
There's the double team on Barkley. 7 seconds to shoot. Off Pippen's foot. That'll give Phoenix the new shot clock. 8:43 to go in the third quarter.
Bulls are much more aggressive on their double teams of Barkley, and the rotation to Sabalos as a slasher is much better. They're forcing Barkley just to pump the ball back out of the double team. He's not able to find the cutter.
Quick turnaround jumper doesn't go. Stripped away by Pippen off the hands of West, and it's going to be Phoenix ball. Last touching Chicago.
Mark West is in pretty good offensive rebound position. That's 3 offensive rebounds in the last 2 possessions, so Will Purdue is going to have to block him out.
Kevin Johnson's fadeaway jumper from about 19 feet. 3-point Suns lead. Bulls have pulled to within 1, but that's as close as they've been able to get. Phoenix led by as many as 14. Clear the side for Pippen to Armstrong.
There's another turnover. You can count on this being a score.
Offensive rebound for Horace Grant. They'll just set it up again. Will Purdue getting back in the action now. He'd already gone down to the other end. Barkley outlet to Johnson, who runs it down unbelievably. However, he stepped on the baseline. Chicago ball.
Good idea by Charles Barkley. Let Kevin Johnson just a little too much. Wes Unseld used to do this when he was a player. Outlet the ball linked to the floor. After the defensive rebound, Kevin Johnson with great speed just couldn't get there soon enough.
That's a 65-mile-an-hour fastball, and Kevin Johnson can only run about 60 miles an hour. Pippen misses from the perimeter. Barkley with another rebound, and now the Suns on the run.
The runaway freight train there in the open floor. Charles Barkley.
Pippen knocks it out of bounds. 17 to shoot for Phoenix, leading by 3. Not a lot of dead time this season.
No, don't blink. You'll miss something.
Barkley with 9 to shoot into the paint. Purdue got up there and got in his way. Let's see if they call Will for the foul. Yes.
Now on the season, Bob, Charles Barkley has attempted 526 free throws. Tonight, these will be his first 2 attempts. So the Bulls have done a good job of guarding him without putting him on the free throw line. A major part of their offense is their free throw shooting. On the season, the Suns have outscored their opponents by 374 points from the foul line.
Charles Barkley's first point of this second half with 7:18 to go in the third quarter. Most people feel Charles Barkley is the front runner for the most valuable player award in the NBA. Jordan's always up there. They talk about Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, and another player who's really moving into that picture is Dominique Wilkins.
Yeah, Dominique has played great. I saw him last night dropped a soft 48 on Portland.
Jordan, turnaround over Marley. Rebound, Sabalas. Jordan comes in. Most people would have been called for a foul.
Thank you. You're right. I mean, now he's better get the ball up because he's only got about a second.
Still no call. Kevin Johnson says, what do I have to do?
Kevin got 3 takedowns, an arm tackle, and a block shot. He looks at the referee and goes, oh, wait a second. Am I a rookie or do I deserve some respect?
Check this out.
Well, first of all, you're going to get a bump in the backcourt, all right? Now, I believe that they did not call this foul so that when Kevin Johnson ran into Michael, had they called an offensive foul, Paul Westphal would have gone crazy. Right here at this point in time, you can't call that one if you didn't call the other one.
Kevin Johnson, 8 to shoot when we return.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by GMC Truck, the strength of experience. And by Dutch Boy Paint. Year after year, Dutch Boy Paint has the look that lasts.
Final question, ladies. How would you save the planet?
Tax credits for education. Aggressive environmental legislation. Which planet?
Why do pageants still grate on a curve?
Queen of the Empire planet.
Try a less filling beer with a lot more taste. Bud Dry. With a beer this different,
What a surprise.
it's no contest.
In 90 years as a truck company, we've learned the value of anti-lock brakes and all-wheel drive traction to help carry your family safely through all of life's little ups and downs. GMC Truck, the strength of experience.
Blue got to thinking about his career. Said I can do more than just blue blazers. I'm getting a new agent. So he signed with Dockers. And from storm blue to sapphire, indigo to cobalt, we took blue to heights he never dreamed. Now Blue's a star. But he's never forgotten who gave him his big break. Dockers. Nobody does blue like Dockers.
Phoenix Suns have 8 seconds to shoot. They have Oliver Miller, Dan Marley, Danny Ainge, Kevin Johnson, and Charles Barkley on the floor.
Interesting substitution. We've only played about 5.5 minutes in this quarter. Already Danny Ainge is in for Cedric Sabalas. Look to see if they run a shot for him to get a 3-pointer off this play.
Now 4 seconds to shoot. Barkley will try it. Hit the side. Rebound, Michael Jordan.
See, now, I don't like this.
Now, see, that's a violation. That's the reason they stopped it.
But I don't like that. The ball was rebounded, and Michael was on a break, and they stopped the action. I don't like that. I think they should play on.
That's what Phil Jackson's probably saying.
You took away a fast break. I mean, what you do, I mean, you penalize a team with good defense by stopping a fast break.
15 to shoot for the Bulls now. Jordan posted against Dan Marley. Stripped away by Marley. Stripped away by Barkley. Kevin Johnson. Marley. Big jam.
Dan Marley very quietly does all the little things. Tonight he has not really shot the 3-pointers because it's not been necessary. He's working very hard against Michael Jordan, and quietly he has his own 7 points.
Foul away from the ball. Twice the Bulls have pulled to within 1 point of the Suns in this ballgame tonight, and each time the Suns rebuild the lead.
Yeah, in the first half it was 51-50, and Ainge buried the 3, and then Sabalas with the layup to go 56-50.
That foul was on Barkley. Pippen loses the control, but there's Michael looking like a shortstop. Horace Grant into the paint.
Oh, what a tough shot. See, I think he could do more of that. Horace sometimes gets the ball in the low post, and he looks to be a passer rather than look to attack on the offensive end. I think Horace has some moves that he can score on Charles Barkley.
Only 6 points tonight for Horace. He does have 12 rebounds. Johnson looking to penetrate. Kicks it to Charles, to Marley for 3.
Now, I was just talking about he hadn't shot any threes. This time he spots up nicely.
Purdue with a rebound. 5:19 to go, third quarter. 5-point Suns lead. There's the double. Oh, almost stolen. B.J. Armstrong missing. Pippen rebounding. And he's fouled.
Again, that's a good foul. Scottie Pippen 0 for 2 in the first half from the free throw line. Packs it in for Armstrong. Well, let's talk a little bit about, as we see Oliver Miller.
That's his second foul.
Different ways to win, okay? When you look at the Suns, they only have 18 more field goals than their opponents, but they have 115 more three-point shots, and they have 374 more free throws, right? You look at the Bulls, they have 251 more field goals, but 94 less free throws, which means they rely a lot on the perimeter shooting and their ability to get shots out of their offense. They do not get the ball to the basket as much.
Suns by 4. 5:03 to go in the third quarter. Pippen missed the free throw. Paxson in at guard. Paxson and Jordan at the guards. Purdue, Pippen, and Grant front.
Horace has done a very good job on Barkley. He's really made him work very, very hard tonight, not giving him easy scores.
4 seconds to shoot. Charles. Tough shot on the turnaround with 3 on the shot clock. Charles, nevertheless, does have 18 points. He's hit 2 3-pointers tonight.
I think that says the greatness of Barkley, where Horace has done a good job, and still Barkley is still getting his numbers. Illegal defense on Oliver Miller.
And now let's have a look at some of tonight's scores on the GMC Truck scoreboard. New York leading Sacramento by 9 late in the ball game. New Jersey ahead of Philadelphia. Orlando handing it to Detroit. And Miami leading Charlotte. They're slumping, and that's a big game as they really battle for position there in the Eastern Conference.
It's a home game, too. They've lost 8 of their last 11.
Well, maybe you'll be able to answer that on Thursday night.
I'll find out.
Paxson with the bucket. 4-point Phoenix lead. Kevin Johnson answers. Kevin Johnson has 11 points to go with 11 assists.
If you're Chicago, though, you have to be happy. John Paxson has made 3 outside shots. He's 3 for 3, and Rodney McRae has hit 3 for 4.
Jordan looking for the penetration, doesn't find it, so he fades and fires.
That's too good, Bob. That's off the charts.
Suns by 4. Michael has 29. Kevin Johnson tries to penetrate. Paxson with a reach-in foul. That's his second. Here's a good look at Jordan. Now, Marley steps up, denies the penetration, but so what?
Well, he makes a tremendous crossover move. Watch this. He's going to go right. Marley's right with him. Now, watch this crossover. I'm coming back this way. I think I'll step back, square up, and bury the jump shot.
Charles Barkley has 18 points. They've isolated him against Horace Grant. Nice pass to Oliver Miller. Missed it.
Well, Oliver Miller's missed a lot of easy shots tonight.
Jordan, there's the penetration. 31 for Michael. 2-point Suns lead. 3:08 to go in the third quarter.
The Suns have fought them off all night. See if they can do it once again.
Barkley answers now. Charles is eating up. He has 20.
Charles is reading the double teams nicely, and as the Bulls start to come across, he's fading baseline and going away from the double team.
Horace Grant pounds it inside.
See, Barkley's not going to guard him in there. That's why I think Horace can be more active. Secondly, what you do is you wear Charles down. You make him play both ends of the floor. Don't let him just play offense.
This crowd into this game. There's the double team. Ainge reverses to Marley for the triple.
So you got 2 great shooters. You got Marley and Ainge. You got a penetrator, and you got a post-up player. And Oliver Miller is going to get some easy shots around the basket because he's the only guy you can leave on the floor.
Lead back to 5. That's 2 3-pointers for Dan Marley tonight.
There's
There's Horace Grant is open, but nice defense by Miller, who stepped in there to deny the shot. The third block of the night for the rookie from Arkansas.
Dan Marley has John Paxson. Let's see if he'll try to work that mismatch, although KJ there's another three.
Ainge from long range. Here comes Michael on the run. Has Pippen. Dribbled it right into the arms of Kevin Johnson, who's fouled in the backcourt, and he doesn't like that call from Joey Crawford because Phoenix had a breakaway goal. Timeout, Phoenix Suns, minute 41 to go. Both teams have committed only 2 team fouls here.
Well, a crossover, and KJ picks his pocket as he gets the dribble up high. Suns lead by 5.
As a truck company for 90 years, we understand the value of a strong frame. A reassuring strength for towing, whether you're on road or off road. GMC Truck, the strength of experience.
Want to have more fun in life? Hi, my name's Josh with Portland Music Direct. If you've ever wanted to play music just for fun, learn to play piano, or connect your home computer to your keyboard. Wow! Everything you need to know is in these brochures. New teaching methods, books, and videos that make learning to play music easy and fun. And new keyboards with great sounds, amazing features, and low prices.
You know, I have always wanted to play music.
So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-THE-SONG.
Whoa, go stir crazy. Because right now you'll find all kinds of different delicious stir-fried dishes at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar. They're hot. They're light. They're fresh. And they're so good they sizzle. So come on, go stir crazy. Because stir-fry's really cooking at Applebee's. America's favorite neighbor, Applebee's.
Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. Back to Chicago Stadium in just a second. First, some rough stuff in New Jersey tonight as the Sixers took on the Nets. Take a look. Harmon Gilliam, Eric Coleman. A little bump. Somebody wake me when this one's over, will you? Ed T. Rush had seen enough, too. He said, Gilliam, Coleman, you're both out of here for that performance. Right now, under 3 minutes to go. New Jersey pulling away, leading by 18 now. Back to Bob and Doug.
We're talking heavyweight fight there, Ernie. Yeah, there was more backing up, though, than there was more fighting. The guys who got in at the end to break it up, I think, had more bumping.
Counting time missed. That Knicks scuffle with Phoenix, $300,000 worth of fines and penalties.
That's just pocket change to you, Bob. I said not to these guys, to you. You didn't let me finish.
I've not been fined quite that much. Scott Williams into the ball game for the Bulls. 5-point Suns lead, minute 34 to go in the third quarter.
Pippen now playing against Kevin Johnson, trying to show him a bigger, longer body to shoot against or drive against.
Marley's fadeaway doesn't go down. Pippen runs it down, and Scott Williams beats him to it.
Nice defensive sequence that time by Chicago. Look at what Chicago's done now. They've got Pippen out on top of the floor, letting him work against Ainge. Watch Paxson coming off screens for jumpers with this group on the floor.
5 seconds to shoot. 3, 2, count it. That sounded like a countdown for a launch.
That's usually what it is when Michael takes off. That time it was a jumper.
33 for Michael, his league-leading season average of 32.5.
So you saw Dominique got 48 last night. Not tonight, Dominique.
And Kevin Johnson bears it. Don't think these guys don't watch that either.
Yeah, well, there was something in the paper the other day. If Michael averages 32 the rest of the way and Dominique 40, he can pass Michael. So that's not going to happen.
Michael will probably try to throw about 48 in here tonight against Phoenix Suns. No slouches. Of course, Dominique did that against Portland. Michael misses that one very flat on that one. Kevin Johnson, one against the world.
What a sensational effort by Kevin Johnson. Let me tell you the risk you run right now if you're Chicago. Michael is carrying the brunt of the load, and when he scores big like this, they have a tendency to stand and watch him. So you have to be very careful. Michael's competitiveness about scoring and keeping these guys in the game. At the same time, you got to make sure that Horace and Scotty and John Paxson don't get lost out there in the offense.
Only 20 and a half seconds remaining in the third quarter. How would you like to shoot free throws against that, you know? What are those things?
Some kind of balloon, it looks like.
Good thing they're raising this building soon. Cedric Ceballos back in. Danny Ainge goes to the bench. Kevin Johnson having himself a good ball game here tonight. 14 points, 11 assists. He has 3 steals and this very significant, only 2 turnovers.
Well, that's one of the things we talked about turning the ball over here in Chicago Stadium. You just cannot do that. Chicago feeds off that kind of defensive fury. I think the impressive thing right now about Phoenix, what they have done at this point in time, and they do lead by 6, is every time the Bulls have gotten close, someone's made a big 3-point shot or Barkley's made a big play, and they've fought them off. Will they be able to continue to do that the rest of the way? We still have 12 minutes and 20 seconds in the ball game.
Kevin Johnson sinks the free throw. It is an 8-point lead. Suns led by 7 at the half. 18 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Michael's going to isolate. Will they run someone at it? Here comes Ceballos. They're going to rotate KJ back. That's going to leave Paxson.
Down inside to Pippen. Good defense. Now 5 seconds. Pippen's going to take it to the hole with 1 second. Good defense, better offense. Bulls score with half a second left in the quarter and pull to within 5 of the Phoenix Suns. 12 minutes remaining. This is a beauty from Chicago.
You're looking sharp. You come so far. And we know how to make the most of who you are.
Only Gillette Sensor has spring-mounted twin blades that adjust to your face. A shave this close, this safe was never this easy. Sensor. And now there's Gillette Shaving Gel with advanced lubricants for an incredibly smooth shave.
Dutchboard paint is now on sale.
Dutchboard paint is now on sale at Sears. Regularly priced at $11.99, Dutch Boy's Interior Dirt Fighter is now on sale for only $8.99 a gallon at Sears.
In 90 years as a truck company, we've learned the value of anti-lock brakes and all-wheel drive traction to help carry your family safely through all of life's little ups and downs. GMC truck, the strength of experience.
Gray held a minor post in the British Secret Service. When he was contacted by Dockers, "Come to America," we said. "We'll build a whole wardrobe around you." Gray went for it. And now from gunmetal gray and flint to granite and slate, Gray's one of our best agents. It's all very hush-hush, of course, but the truth's bound to leak out. Nobody does Gray like Dockers.
Gillette introduces the best shaving gel ever. New Gillette Gel. Advanced lubricants. Easier razor glide. An incredibly smooth shave. Now, the best gel is Gillette Gel.
Suns lead 86-81, and you know you have a big game when it's on a first-name basis that people are identified. We've got Michael, we've got Charles, and we've got Bob.
I like that. Speaking of superstars, let's see how the other two are doing here tonight. Barkley with 20, Jordan with 33. I like that, Doug. I know. That's why I like you so much. 6 rebounds, 5 assists for Jordan. And Charles Barkley, we talked to him before the ball game about taking over, how Jordan and Barkley often do that late in the ball game. It's going to be tough for Charles because Horace Grant has been in his face. Horace on the bench right now, as is Charles.
Major time right now for Phoenix. They must get a little push here with Michael Jordan resting. They've got to get a little bit of a run, force Bill to put him back on the floor before he gets the rest he needs to finish this ball game. So let's see what happens with Michael sitting down. Suns now lead by 7.
Vallo's got that basket, and Cedric has 25 in this game. He had 26 the other night for Phoenix. Or actually, on Sunday against Philadelphia. Scott Williams, nice move inside.
Mallows laying behind Scott Williams in the post, not respecting his offense. He better get around on him. Scott Williams is an underrated player.
Bulls have King and Williams and Rodney McRae in there, along with Pippen and Paxson. That foul on Scottie Pippen, his second. He has 15 points after a very slow start.
The recognition of knowing when you have to make a push. Charles is resting now. Again, Michael Jordan resting for Chicago. Phoenix does not want to trade baskets with Chicago at this point in time. They'd like to get 2 or 3 unanswered points, maybe to push a double-digit lead to give them some cushion when Michael comes back into the game.
Well, Miami hammered Charlotte tonight. Kevin Johnson on the drive. Good play by Williams, but he can't hold on to it. It'll be Phoenix ball. 17 seconds on the shot clock. I feel like this is the lull before the storm here. If there is such a thing as a lull in this game. Suns leading by 5, 11 minutes to go. Kevin Johnson could not get around Pippen, out of bounds with 13 to play.
Pippen cannot, Paxson cannot play against Kevin Johnson, so Scottie Pippen has drawn the assignment. 6'7", long, lanky, trying to take away the open court drive, force that kind of shot.
Kevin Johnson hit the side of the backboard, out of bounds. Chicago ball, trailing by 5. Paxson and Pippen are the guards.
Remember, Rodney McRae came in the first half, hit 3 for 4. Paxson hit 3 nice field goals.
Pippen hits Paxson here for the perimeter shot. There is it. John Paxson. He has 8 points, and he's 4 for 4 from the field. He had 7 in the Bulls' last game when he came off the injured list.
See, John's legs, though, are better. He's getting a little more lift on his shot than he did early in the season.
Oliver Miller from the perimeter. Nice talent.
Boy, oh boy, this young guy is scary. You know, he really is. If he only recognizes what he could do in this game when he gets in shape.
If he keeps losing weight, they're going to have to get him a smaller jersey.
Said he's going to have to retailer all of his clothes.
Pippen is fouled.
Yeah, he's going to get a technical, Oliver Miller. That's not the time to do this, Oliver. He punched the basket once and got away with it. He punched it the second time. Ron Garrison caught him, and it's a technical foul. So he goes up hard. He feels like he defends the play. All right, here's one punch right there. There's no technical. So he said, well, I better get my money's worth. There's the second one, and that's when he was caught.
He gets the personal and the technical. Jackson rattles it in. These are big points for the Bulls right here. This is only a 4-point game. Now, Pippen steps to the line, and this will be more of an adventure.
But again, the one thing about it is, yes, Charles Barkley is resting. But Phoenix is a team that has more firepower. You don't expect them to waver offensively as much as you do when Michael sits down for Chicago. So again, defense by Phoenix at this point in time is very, very important. The Bulls are drawing closer, and Michael is getting the rest for the finish.
And Pippen, the 67% free throw shooter, drains them both. It is a 2-point Suns lead. Bulls have pulled to within 1 2 times in this game, and the Suns have built the lead again. Let's see what happens with 9:55 remaining.
Now, Scottie wants to try to keep Kevin Johnson from penetrating. Boy, Scottie got away with a foul there. He did foul him.
They're calling it on Pippen. That was Johnson. Got the penetration, and Pippen really raked him on that one. Of course, they're going to change it and call it on Scott Williams.
Well, that's selective officiating right there, because that foul was on Scottie Pippen. He reached in, and it looked like he got all ball, but he really came across his arm. That was a good call.
This is kind of interesting, too, because Scottie Pippen, one of the officials flashed 33, and the other one flashes 42.
See, now watch Scottie reach in right there. See, he's all over his left arm. Now that's an easy call to make.
Nevertheless, Scott Williams gets to carry the foul, and I'm sure Phil Jackson and Scottie Pippen are happy about that. Suns 92, Bulls 88. Pippen is playing with 3. That would have been his 4th, so that was a significant non-call. Paxson off the screen. He is 5 out of 5 from the floor tonight.
I think John Paxson's important to this team.
How long do you leave Barkley and Jordan on the bench? Both coaches trying to make the right decision. Kevin Johnson, difficult shot. Scott Williams rips it down. Bulls can tie. Williams, it's tied. Here comes Barkley. They're on their feet at Chicago Stadium. Kevin Johnson has been really pounded tonight with 5 on the clock. Kevin misses. Big putback. Oliver Miller. My word. Suns back by 2. First tie of the game. It happened just a moment ago. Frank Johnson also set to come in for Phoenix.
That's an interesting substitution. We have not seen him. I guess Kevin Johnson needs a little bit of a rest.
Well, he's certainly taken a pounding tonight. Pippen misses from 15. Sabalos. Here comes Frank Johnson. Here comes Kevin Johnson. And Sabalos.
Sabalos is the right man in the right spot tonight. He's running the floor, and no one is picking him up. That's not Scottie Pippen's fault. He is now playing Kevin Johnson. Rodney McCray has got to get back and run the floor to get back with Sabalos. How many times have we seen that tonight?
Kevin Johnson with 14 assists. McCray inside, posting over the shoulder. Kevin Johnson to Paxson, his first miss of the night. Miller rebound.
Again, Phoenix has pushed back the charge of Chicago. Somebody better come back and get the ball.
Kevin Johnson, interestingly, just turned his back on Oliver Miller.
He's tired. Kevin Johnson is tired. When that happens, the guy is tired. I think you're going to see him get a little bit of a rest. Now you say, why Frank Johnson? Because they want a ball handler on the floor. With Ainge and Marley, they don't have a guy that can create against the quickness of Chicago's defense, so they need Frank Johnson to come out and give them about 2 or 3 minutes while Kevin Johnson gets his legs and his wind back.
Miller and Kevin Johnson walked off the floor. Miller threw a towel right at the feet of Kevin Johnson because Miller was stuck back there in the court. And it was interesting. Kevin simply turned his back on it. Oliver said, thought you were the point guard. Mark West with a big jam on the pass inside.
Bulls did not react. They're doubling off the big man. Someone has got to step inside Mark West. Sabalos and Mark West have been the recipients of some terrific passes from Barkley tonight out of the double teaming situations of Chicago.
They're committing the perfect crime.
There's not one case on record of a heist like this one.
Robin Hood.
And Cook's Ken Hollicott?
Neither can they.
Warren Beatty. Goldie Hawn. Dollars. After the NBA on TNT.
This week, Hollywood honors its finest with the Academy Awards. So TNT is celebrating with a whole week of movies that take a look at Tinseltown. Hollywood! 2 movies every day. All this week, starting at noon on TNT.
Password. Don't fake the funk on a nasty dunk.
ID? You're early.
But I'm ready.
Then prove it.
That's not enough. Oh, this must be a rookie thing or something.
As times changed, so did the Ford full-size pickup. But it was always tough as nails, and boy, could it tow a boat. Today, it's still tough. But now it has more power, more style, more comfort. And boy, can it tow a boat. Times change, trucks change. But Ford Tough never does.
Tonight's Dutch boy in the paint, total rebounds, really just a narrow lead by the Bulls, but they're substantially out-rebounding Phoenix offensively. But you know, that's not a surprise because the Bulls are the #1 offensive rebounding team in the NBA.
The surprise, though, is the Suns 20 and 17 from their centers. Let's watch what happens now. The ball goes to Barkley, and we'll show you something here, Bob. We drop the ball in, and we hold it right there, all right? Look at Barkley. He can see the floor. So the moment he makes this move to double team, West goes to the open area, and Rodney McCray cannot get around in front of him. So when you go in a guy's vision, this is what's going to happen. And Mark West with a nice finish.
And Charles Barkley is back in the game, along with Michael Jordan. Jordan comes in firing. Michael has 35.
Now, Michael rested. The score was 86-81. The Bulls only dropped down to 6, so they got a nice 5-minute rest out of Michael and really only lost a point.
Now they're going to look for Charles. He has 20 points. It's time for him to take control, too. Can he beat Horace Grant? He's having a nightmare with him. Get the spin move inside. Chicago ball hit the shot clock.
Charles said it was deflected, though. Let's see if they call it. There was a deflection.
Yeah, they do call it.
That was a good call. As Barkley spun and leaned in, somebody from the weak side deflected that ball off the shot clock.
Senator Charles Barkley, I'd like to have him as my defense attorney.
See right there, you could see a little deflection. Now, how much time on the clock? 4 seconds. They get it on the side, not underneath the basket, because it did hit the shot clock.
Good job by Charles. 3. Ainge just shoots this one from 30 feet. So he shot it only about 28. Rodney McRae.
See, Frank Johnson now playing Michael Jordan. Let's see if they go into the post once again to Michael.
Frank Johnson out of Wake Forest, 7 years in the league, then 3 years in Europe, and now back with Phoenix. Inside, Horace Grant was fouled and count the basket. So Grant now with 10 points.
Unselfish play by Scott Williams. He was tempted to let the 15-footer go. He made the extra pass, and it could result in 3 points for Chicago. The rotation out of the double team. Here comes Sabalas. The ball swings out to B.J., who finds Williams. Look at him. He's tempted. No, he makes the extra pass. And Horace Grant now with a 3-point play opportunity. That's an unselfish and intelligent play by Scott Williams.
Sabalas with his first personal foul. Grant only a 60% free throw shooter. His free throw shooting is down this year. He's never been a great one.
Well, last year he had kicked it up to the 70%. Now here we go again. Chicago within 1.
Didn't get much rest. Ainge from the corner from Kevin Johnson.
They have hit every big shot they have had to hit tonight. That time it's Ainge. He hit a 3-pointer on Michael in the first half to push it back to 4.
The Bulls hold teams on an average to 99 points a game. The Suns have 100 with 6 minutes left. Pippen soon to come back in for Chicago.
Well, I used to always have a theory, Bob. The first team to the 100 usually wins. And we'll see if that holds true tonight.
Grant and West wrestle to it. Suns 100 to 97, 5:53 to go. And on Thursday, Doug will be taking a look at the slumping Charlotte Hornets to see what's wrong with them. And Orlando making a run for a playoff spot with Mourning and Shaq. And by the way, Shaquille O'Neal was ejected from the game tonight. We don't have details on that.
I'll tell you how important the 100-point barometer is to Chicago. When their opponent scores 100 points, they're a 500 team, 16-16. When they don't score 100, they're 32-4.
That's important. 10 to shoot for the Bulls. Marley defending Jordan. Michael beats him on the dribble. Gets the foul and the basket. Michael now with 37 points. And that foul was on Marley, his 3rd. And the Bulls will tie it when Michael Jordan drops the free throw.
Well, Danny Ainge comes across, steps in front of Michael. Is that who the foul was called on, Danny Ainge?
No, the foul was called on Dan Marley.
Oh, Dan Marley. He must have reached in. I did not see the foul. Again, we have another tie game at 100. And will Phoenix respond?
Barkley isolated against Grant. There's the double. Open man Ainge. Misses the 3. Grant with a rebound. He has 14 boards.
Who do you think's going to take this shot?
Michael Jordan.
You think so?
He has 39. Timeout. Phoenix. The Bulls have their first lead of this game.
Ford Probe GT is 100% sports coupe. No fat, no sugar, no artificial ingredients. Instead, you get the muscle of a 24-valve V6 engine. A lean, carved shape, a button-down cockpit. All the essentials so nothing gets in the way of the feeling. The all-new Ford Probe GT. A sports coupe. Pure and simple.
Hi, I'm Laura Karen, president of the Mortgage Connection. Our goal is to find you the best home loan program available, tailored to your individual needs.
I've brought clients here that other mortgage companies have already turned down. In every case, the Mortgage Connection's been able to make them a loan.
I'm a Hispanic real estate broker. The Mortgage Connection gets loans for my buyers so they can have a piece of the American dream.
Join our growing family of satisfied customers at the Mortgage Connection. Call us today.
Mom says we don't really need a dryer. She deserves better.
Commerce TV and Whirlpool appliance.
Right now, every single Whirlpool appliance is at clearance prices.
Refrigerators as low as $4.59, dryers $2.79, washers $3.29. Now at Commerce TV and Appliance.
Don't leave Mom high and dry. She deserves Whirlpool Home Appliances.
Commerce TV and Whirlpool appliance.
It's a two-point game with about 5 minutes to play. Back to Chicago in just a second. First, got to show you what happened in Orlando just moments ago. Shaquille O'Neal was ejected, and here's why.
Lambier all over O'Neal. Shaq wants to be let go of. He's sick and tired of Lambier hanging all over. Lambier, the quick foul call. Oh, punches thrown. Robertson and O'Neal. And there were two solid shots landed. Matt Kukas now charging out. Two solid shots landed under the goal.
Shaquille O'Neal was ejected, a season-low 7 points. Now let's go back to Chicago.
The loose ball foul is on Horace Grant as Kevin Johnson took it hard to the hoop. This crowd is more excited than I've heard them in Chicago all year long. The Bulls lead it by 2. Phoenix now trying to tie.
Well, we got a chance to miss it while we were at the studio.
Kevin Johnson against B.J. Armstrong. The pull-up from 17. It's tied again. 102 is the tie.
You know, one thing we got now is Kevin Johnson had problems against Scottie Pippen because he had trouble getting around him. I think he could shoot over B.J. We'll have to keep our eye on that matchup. And can Michael Jordan continue to make every shot?
Now, Pippen has Danny Ainge. They're going to go right back down into him. Turnaround. Barkley with a big rebound. Let's see if Charles steps up here. He's been quiet in the fourth quarter, has only 20 points, and hasn't scored in the fourth quarter.
All season long, this is where Phoenix has come up with a big three-point shot.
Oh, Jordan from Johnson. I mean, Barkley, that looked like Jordan. And Barkley, who had not scored all quarter, gets the major jam from Kevin Johnson.
Eye contact, a nice play, and it's just a timing play. You slip it, you go to the basket. Kevin Johnson has had a sensational night.
22 for Charles Barkley. 16 assists for Kevin Johnson.
Michael's trying to get his timing. What do I want to do here? How am I going to set him up to take this shot?
7 to shoot. He's going to go for the 3. Pippen kept it alive. Scott Williams controls it to B.J. Armstrong. He misses the 3.
Watch Ainge for 3. He's spotting up over here.
Kevin Johnson a little bit out of control, but he gets it back out here. Now they'll set it up with Ainge. Phoenix leading by 2 points.
Both teams have 3 team fouls. That's important, so they still have 1 to waste before they're in the penalty. Penetration.
5 seconds to shoot. Johnson kicks it to Marley. Offensive foul. Ball on Kevin Johnson.
Well, Scottie Pippen stepped in and made a nice play there. Kevin Johnson left his feet when he did. Pippen stepped right in on top of him. Watch this crossover. Scott Williams cannot handle this kind of speed. And here comes Pippen right there for the nice position. And then Marley was winded up for a 3.
Bulls trail by 2. 3 minutes to go in the game. Jordan has 7 seconds. Double team. Now Armstrong has 5 seconds.
Well, Marley can't let him get the ball back.
Scott Williams from the corner. Pippen got the rebound, fell down. Barkley comes away with a loose ball. Phoenix leads by 2.
Well, Kevin Johnson is dribbling the guys. He looks like he's from the Harlem Globetrotters, you know, in the days of Curly Neal handling the basketball.
Kevin Johnson very tired. 16 assists tonight. He's really taking a pounding. Here's Barkley against Horace Grant. 5 to shoot. Charles, the turnaround.
Oh, falls for Charles in. Boy, Phoenix has shown a lot of guts tonight, Bob. When this crowd got into it, Michael made a sensational play. They go up 2, and Phoenix has answered with 6 straight points.
Phoenix 106, Bulls 102, 2:20 to go in the game.
Reincarnation, the belief you can come back is just about anything. Why do some guys have all the luck? Try a less filling beer with a lot more taste. Bud Dry, because while luck may run out,
Happy birthday, Grandma.
For me.
true refreshment won't.
You're right. Ford does build in toughness. But we also build in things that help you drive safely. Four-wheel anti-lock brakes are standard on Explorer and Bronco.
Built-in child seats are available on Aerostar, and both Aerostar and Club Wagon offer driver's side airbags. Ford builds tough trucks.
But we also build long-term relationships.
The best-built, best-selling American trucks are built Ford tough.
Presenting a remarkable breakthrough in the area of childhood development.
Honey, look at this.
Oh, Drew has started writing.
It's Dutch Boy's Tough Kids Room Paint. Kids Room Paint is extra durable, extra scrubbable.
Her sense of color is wonderful.
For walls that take a beating. With Kids Room Paint, kids can be kids.
Darlene!
And parents can rest easy.
That's beautiful. Darlene!
Kids Room Paint, only from Dutch Boy.
2:20 to go in this ball game. Phoenix has 3 regular timeouts and a 20 remaining. Chicago 2 regular timeouts and a 20. Both teams have a foul to give, and here's something important, Doug. Chicago has been held scoreless the last 2 minutes, 44 seconds after taking their only lead of the game at 102-100.
I tell you what, Michael Jordan has not gotten a shot. BJ missed a 3, Scott Williams missed a shot, Pippen missed a shot. Michael has not gotten a shot the last 4 possessions. Let's see if he can get one this time down.
Jordan was open in the post for a moment. Now to Pippen. He's fouled.
See, Phoenix is going to work to make someone else take the shot and now not allow Michael Jordan just to come down there. They're varying their double teams, and then they're not allowing Michael to get the ball back.
Marley's 4th foul. John Paxson is going to come into the game for B.J. Armstrong. Pippen, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, but is only 3 for 7 from the free throw line.
Why you must make guys make free throws. I know I've said it twice tonight, and I'll say it all through the playoffs. You cannot give a Scottie Pippen a slam dunk. He missed them both, and now if Phoenix scores, they are up 6. This is a major possession.
Now we're inside the 2-minute mark.
And Michael Jordan is now playing against Kevin Johnson, Ainge, and Paxson.
Barkley sets the screen. Here's Barkley. Hard to the hoop, and he's fouled.
Bob, let me tell you something about the NBA, okay? To win a championship, and I firmly believe this, you must have to have a superstar that not only can you go to at the end of the game, but has the respect of the officials, so when you go to the basket, you will get fouled and go to the free throw line. The Bulls have that with Michael Jordan. The Suns now have that in Charles Barkley. It's an ingredient that you must have to win a championship.
There's the story of Charles Knight. He is 2 for 2. Make it 3 for 3 from the free throw line. That foul, by the way, was on Scott Williams, his 2nd.
I think the rest of the ball game, you have a minute 49. If Charles makes this, look for the Bulls to start pressuring defensively full court. And if that's the case, Phoenix must handle the basketball. They cannot turn it over. Again, Michael Jordan has not attempted a shot in the last 5 possessions now.
Phoenix on an 8-0 run. Scott Williams posted low against West. Paxson tries to get inside. Good defense by Kevin Johnson. Loose ball foul is going to be called on Charles Barkley, his 3rd.
See, John Paxson was put in a situation. Paxson's a spot-up shooter. He was put in a position. They go in the post to Scott Williams. Nothing is there. It comes out. The clock is working against you. And now Pax has to create. He's a spot-up shooter. Horace Grant, again, free throw shooting on the season, a 60% free throw shooter. So Pippen at 67 misses 2. Let's see what Horace Grant does. These are critical.
last 3 free throw attempts for the Bulls have been missed. And on the night, Horace is 1 of 2. He does have 15 rebounds and 11 points.
Now, if Chicago makes this free throw, look for them to pressure defensively. This is what they did at the end of the half.
Gets that one.
Here's the pressure.
Pressure from Chicago. They come off the pressure now. Trailing by 5, minute 27 to go.
The Ainge will handle the ball against Paxson. You take Michael Jordan and Pippen out of the play. They're the best on-the-ball defenders that you have.
Now Barkley. Marley on the drive. Looking for somebody, anybody. Kevin Johnson, 5 seconds to shoot.
This is a big possession. Big shot.
Hit the bottom of the rim. Grant comes away with it.
Now Kevin Johnson, Pippen. Thunder jam. Kevin Johnson made a mistake, Bob. He chased down his missed shot. You got to get back defensively. We now have a 3-point game. Still plenty of time. KJ took the fourth shot and then ran his shot down. I don't know if we'll be able to see that, but he made a critical error in that point in time. You got to get back.
Kevin Johnson has been intense in this game tonight. He's been pounded around a lot, and here's the shot.
All right, now watch KJ. Watch where KJ ends up. Look at him. He's the one with Horace. Now he's under the basket. That's the guy that's got to be floor balanced back. The minute the outlet pass is made, now look what you have. Michael Jordan ahead with Scottie Pippen, and Barkley cannot get there.
108-105 with a minute 3 to go. And Pippen, with authority, slams this thing down. Phoenix will have the ball when we come back. Minute 3 to go. The Suns are in the penalty, and the Bulls will be too now when they foul again.
The question is, do the Suns take it at half court and risk getting the ball in and have the nightmare that they had in San Antonio? If you take it full length, then you're going to face the 94 feet pressure. So which poison do you want at this point in time?
The Suns here, I think if there was anything, the Suns lost by 17 points to the Bulls in Phoenix, the first team to beat Phoenix in their new America West Arena in November. The Suns came in here, and I think one of the keys to the Suns is to not get blown out here. They've got Tom Chambers out. They have Richard Dumas, who's still injured and played just momentarily in this ball game. And I think they've made somewhat of a point is, hey, we can play you, the Bulls, here in this building, and they are looking for a win. And I'll tell you something else, looking for a win even though they have that 5-game cushion for the best overall record in the NBA. This is an important game for the Bulls in trying to A, stay ahead of New York in the East, and B, try to get that best record in the NBA for home court all the way through.
I think if Phoenix wins this game, they eliminate the chances of Chicago maybe catching them because it's a 2-game swinger, you know?
They lead Chicago for the best record in the NBA by 5 as of tonight coming into the game.
Now, where are they going to go here? Where are they going to go? Is Barkley going to get a piece of it?
Bad pass from Marley. Ainge Barkley. Fade away. Doesn't get it. Williams with a rebound. The Bulls down 3 with 44 seconds.
Now, still plenty of time. They do not need a 3-point shot. Phoenix does not want to give up a 3-point play, though, going to the basket.
Look at Ainge, a nightmare. Scottie Pippen against Ainge. Now Jordan against... He's fouled by Kevin Johnson. So Jordan will go to the line. 8 seconds on the shot clock when Kevin Johnson committed the foul. Normally late in the ball game, instead of Pippen and Grant at the line, you normally see this guy, 23, heading to the stripe all night long.
That's the first shot Michael's attempted since he put him up 102-100. Phoenix has done a great job of forcing somebody else in Chicago to shoot the basketball.
After Michael's 40th point, he didn't get anything else until now. He's 4 for 5 from the free throw line tonight. And Cedric Ceballos is coming into the game. A little bit more size coming on the floor. Well, actually less as West sits down.
Want a better ball handler, better free throw shooter. Now, remember I said at halftime the Suns had 65 points. And I said, if the Bulls want to win this game, they need to keep Phoenix to around 108 or 109 points. Phoenix now is sitting on 108.
Jordan pulls the Bulls to within 1 point. 31 seconds left. Here's the pressure from Jordan.
KJ's got his hands full with Michael because Michael's as good a defender as there is in the game.
The pick from Barkley. Johnson all the way. It falls in. The Bulls.
Bob, no one stepped in. KJ turned the corner, and nobody stepped in until the last moment when he got to the lane.
The Bulls call timeout. down by 3.
Now they're going to screen Michael. They're going to screen Michael here. KJ is going to turn the corner, and watch this. There's no help. Scott Williams is on the wrong side of the screen, and if he takes it, no one gets there soon enough until he can lay the ball in the basket.
Kevin Johnson, 21 points, 16 assists tonight.
You have better things to do than having to think about how much you're paying for long distance.
I don't want to spend a lot of time on this stuff.
So AT&T makes it easy. With the iPlan, you get a good deal no matter how you call. No lists, names, or hassles. I is for simple. To switch to AT&T free, call 1-800-582-7800. I is for individual, only from AT&T.
Don't ever say, I can't.
You can make it if you try.
You can either quit and give up and cry and say,
I can't do that.
or you can keep trying to do it and keep trying to do it.
If you put your mind to it, you can achieve anything.
You can make it if you try.
If someone tells you you can't, tell them I can. Stay in school. It's your best move.
So the Suns lead it by 3, 14.3, and here's the mistake you're talking about defensively.
We'll see where Scott Williams is. He's on this side. He's got to be right here. So as Kevin Johnson makes this move, he comes into him. He doesn't get there. So we clear it, and we take the ball to the basket. All right, at this point, we hold it right there. Horace has got to step up here. This guy's got to zone back, and Paxton's got to get in here. He lets him get too close to the basket, and Kevin Johnson with a nice finish. Now, Bob, you got 14 seconds. Do you go for a 3? I think there's still time to get 2. Put your pressure on, maybe force a turnover, maybe foul or something like that. You shoot it through and miss, and the chances of the game being over.
Horace Grant to Michael Jordan. He takes the 3. Had to double clutch.
See, that's why I don't like shooting a 3 in that situation, because once you do, you make these 2 free throws. Chicago's 1 for 10 from the three-point line tonight.
And the Phoenix Suns, who were talking about how casually they were approaching this game, only 1 out of 82, are out hugging each other on the floor because they think this is big. And Charles Barkley just looked over at the table and nodded. You bet it is. 110-107, 7.4 seconds to go.
Bob, you know, when you're the opposing coach and you're up 3, you have a little bit of a cushion. And normally what you say to your guys in the huddle is, guys, we don't want to foul. So normally a team will give you a quick 2 points. And with 14 seconds to go in timeouts, I think it's too much time to shoot up a 3. Now, this game is not over.
Marley misses the free throw. That's his first time at the line tonight. He's a 78% shooter with 7.4. If he misses this one, we got another 3-point opportunity for the Bulls here.
Chicago has 1 timeout and a 20. This is a major free throw for Marley.
It's a 4-point game with 7.4 seconds. Chicago takes that timeout. The Bulls have lost 9 times at home this year, but had won 11 of their last 12 at home. Charles Barkley said before the game, I'm going to have a good time tonight.
Introducing Ford Taurus and the List. Quality, design, and safety are all at the top of our list, which is why we're at the top of this list. Ford Taurus, the best-selling car in America.
Dutch Boy paint is now on sale.
Dutch Boy paint is now on sale at Sears. Regularly priced at $11.99, Dutch Boy's Interior Dirt Fighter is now on sale for only $8.99 a gallon at Sears.
This is for your Big Mac, right? First one that misses?
Watches the winner eat lunch. Got it.
Off the floor, off the scoreboard, off the bank board, no rim.
Over the second rafter, off the floor, nothing but net.
What you want is what you get. Got us today.
Off the expressway, over the river, off the billboard, through the window, nothing but net.
7.4 seconds remaining in this ball game. The Bulls down by 4. The Bulls went out to a 102-100 lead with 5:32 to go in this ball game. And the Suns then outscored the Bulls 8-0 in the next 4 minutes. And Charles Barkley told us before the game, and of course it's surprising nobody, he said, yeah, Michael has to step up late. I have to step up late. We are the leaders of the team. If one of us does, that'll usually determine who wins. And here, Barkley has, and Michael has not had an opportunity to shoot the ball late in the game.
Bob, I don't think he has an official field goal attempt from the 102-100 mark. He has 2 free throws, but I guess he had the 3-point shot. That's the only shot that he has attempted.
Here's the drive and the jam with 4.8 seconds, and now the full pressure. Trailing by 2, there's the foul on Kevin Johnson with 3.8, and Johnson goes to the line, and it is a 2-point game.
But did you see Phoenix? Were they going to foul? And that's my point with 14.7 seconds to go. If you do that at that point in time, and there's 10 seconds to go in the game, this is a different ball game. Now, Kevin Johnson makes 2, this game is over.
Correct. And Kevin Johnson has stepped to the line, an 82% free throw shooter. He is 7 of 8 from the line tonight. When you talk about big performances tonight, Ceballos with 27 points, Barkley with 26, and Kevin Johnson, 21 points. 16 free throws make it 22, 16 assists, and Kevin Johnson has been knocked all over the court. I think the other key statistic for Kevin Johnson tonight, Doug, is his lack of turnovers. Despite intense defense, he has only 3.
Well, as a team, when you look at turnovers as a team, Phoenix only has 12 for the ball game. Remember, game 1, 22 turnovers that led to 25 points. But in that game, Kevin Johnson was just coming back from injury. It was the second game of a back-to-backer, and I think it was KJ's either first or second game of the season. So you can see the importance. Yes, they've won a lot of games without Kevin Johnson, but they need him out there directing because he gives them speed and quickness, and he can break the defense down and create so many things. So you have 2 creators, Barkley in the post, KJ on the perimeter.
Suns by 3. 112-109 with 3.8 remaining. The Phoenix Suns won in Philadelphia Sunday. They're about to win here. On Friday, we will follow these Phoenix Suns to the Boston Garden for a game at 8 o'clock Eastern Time on TNT. Michael Jordan will launch the 3 from way downtown and miss it. This game is over. The Bulls have now lost 10 here at home, and Michael turns around immediately and goes to the Phoenix bench and congratulates them for the 113-109 win. And Charles Barkley, as he has done so many times, has stepped up here for the Phoenix Suns and led this team to a victory, but he had great help early from Ceballos and late from Kevin Johnson. Michael Jordan scores 44 points in the losing effort for the Chicago Bulls. And we've got Charles Barkley headed to our table right now to join us, and Charles is our Budweiser player of the game. Charles, we're not going to let you have any Budweiser, just some ice water here, but congratulations on the game. I talked to you before this game, and you said there's no sense in lying about it. It is a big game. How did you feel about the intensity level of this game here tonight at Chicago Stadium?
Well, we played as intense as we played all year. We've been consistent all year. We played hard. We played aggressive. We didn't lose our composure when they got the lead, and I tell you, this is what we wanted to do.
Now, one of the things I talked to you also about before the ball game is the fact that in the East, they say much more strength up front, harder playing in the East, and you fellas are a little too small. Yet tonight, your front court definitely handed it to the Chicago Bulls.
Well, that's the media, and they don't know anything. They've been putting
except for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've been putting our team down all year. We are a small team, but we work really hard. We got a lot of guys who bust their behind. We play as hard as we can. We don't have to apologize to anybody. We got the best rep in the league. We got the best team in the league. And just hope we can keep playing consistent. Nobody gets hurt.
Charles, I thought a real key was the Bulls take the lead 102-100. This place was going crazy. You come out of the timeout. Kevin Johnson gets something going to the basket. You get 2 free throws, you tie it. But I think more importantly than that, the next 5 possessions, someone else other than Michael Jordan took the shot. You guys made one of those other guys beat you. I thought that was a real key.
Well, that's what Paul had said, because Michael scored like 6 or 8 points in a row and gave him the lead, and we shouldn't let him beat us. And we just took it out of his hands and make other guys shoot it, and we were very fortunate and lucky they didn't come through tonight.
Now, Charles, you guys are going to be going on to Boston for a game. You have a little bit of rest, game in Boston. They're coming into tonight the hottest team in the league, and they also are big up front. Just a quick look ahead to Boston.
Well, they're big up front, but we have a quickness advantage. Usually when you play teams that are bigger, it all comes down to what style you play. We don't want to sit around and bang with these teams. We want to get up and down the floor, use our quickness. So it's just a matter who gets their style of game.
Now, Kevin Johnson, who everybody knows about the hassle he had with the Knicks and with Doc Rivers, etc. He looked very intense and looked like a much more aggressive player here tonight. Has there been a difference in Kevin Johnson?
Well, I think
recently?
The difference is Kevin knows we really need him. And we've told him we can't win without him. He makes it go. There's not been a team in basketball that hadn't had a great point guard or a guy who keeps everybody under control. And we feel like we got a great point guard, and he's been playing great all year.
Charles, when you look at your Phoenix team, okay, and you get yourself now prepared for the playoffs, I said something on the air, and I want to get your feeling on this. I feel it's important to win a championship that you need to have a superstar on the floor that the referees respect, so when you make plays at the end of the game, if you get fouled, they'll put you on the free throw line. Do you feel that that's important as a player?
I think so, because obviously the ball is going to be in my hand. There's just certain guys who can make plays down the stretch. I mean, that's no secret. Olajuwon, David Robinson, Patrick for New York, me and Michael, we have to make plays down the stretch. God just gave some of us the ability to make plays. Everybody can't do it. And, an example, what the Bulls tonight, everybody can't make plays. That's why you have great players. And the refs, you know, it's tough. But I don't think it's the refs giving you things. I think the guys are so gifted, they make you foul them. Because I be going in there trying to hit people and draw contact. And that's what most players who do in the last few minutes of the game, try to get something going to the basket.
But the respect of the fact that you're a superstar, the chances of that call being made, I think, go in your favor.
I think so. I think, you know, people want to see you play well. And I hope they keep giving me calls.
Charles, just to let you know, too, you probably will hear about this later, but I think Shaquille punched out somebody from Detroit tonight, so we probably won't see him on TNT on Thursday. But what's all this fisticuff stuff lately with everybody?
Well, you know, these teams are trying to play physical, and if they don't want to play physical, if they want to play physical, they got to be able to back it up. So I hope it was a good shot, because he's going to get fined a lot.
A lot of money, $300,000 in lost money and fines from that Phoenix, New York game.
And he wasn't fined.
Exactly
the choir boy.
We'd like to point that out. I've had the same, it feels like deja vu. I had the same interview with you previously when you were at Philadelphia. Everybody got fined and you didn't.